Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome if you're new to the channel. This is a new sort of public service where I will be doing a guided meditation. I have no idea what's about to happen, y'all. I'm just going to go into the collective. I'm going to feel the vibrations. I trust that spirit will allow me to see and feel what needs to be moved, what needs to be aided. It'll be very similar to a Reiki session that happens in person when I channel psychically as we go along. And when you get that in a personal service remotely, you get it all written down. It's just easier for me, and frankly, I think a little bit more precise because there's it's just a different way of channeling with my fingers being used to write the words. So I will timestamp the meditation. If you would like to support the channel, please like, share, subscribe, let people know about me. You can also join me on Facebook and Instagram for daily card pulls. That's just for you. That's just because I love y'all and I love me and I love getting a daily message out for all of us. You can join me on Patreon, which is a monthly subscription service. So for as cheap as a Netflix, you can get on the first of the month a really nice Reiki boost and a psychic message. And that's just to start. There are tiers. You can get a personal reading and beyond. So go check that out. You can always get in line for a personal reading, which is really good if you're feeling very stuck and need an egotistical push. But if you are feeling deep and itchy and like really you want some help, the Reiki is where it's at. It's what I do best. It's what I do. Just that's what Spirit wanted me to say. It's what I do. It's what I do. So even with the cards, I'm working with the energy, but it feels to me like a toy. It feels to me too much like a toy, and I want to get to the real deal. So, which is the Reiki service. So descriptions and instructions for those services will be down below. And of course, energy exchange donations, always, always, always welcome. So thank you so much for those who contribute. And let's begin by getting comfortable, right? Many people find sitting cross-legged to be a little too painful after a while, so I like to set one leg on top of the other or sit firmly with your feet flat on the ground and your tailbone rooted to your seat, or lying down. You really don't need to, just as long as you feel open and square in your body, in your shoulders, in your hips, and I do believe that is what this guided meditation will be all about, getting rooted and getting grounded, which I do believe would be very beneficial as a whole to the collective during a Mercury retrograde. This is my morning voice, by the way. Ain't it sexy? A little husky. All right, so I trust you're all comfortable. I trust you pause if you need more time to get situated. Sometimes when I get comfortable, I need the details to be just right, so I completely understand. We're going to start with 3 cleansing breaths. Take them as deeply and push them out as deeply as you can. If you ended up taking more because your breaths are shallower, that's okay. If you need more time, take it. Begin breathing normally. Connect heart space. Imagine a green ball in front of your chest and allow it to grow in such a way that it is able to touch other people's green balls whenever you come close to their vicinity. Feel how you can feel people's feelings, you empathic creature. I am doing Reiki healing for the collective at this moment. My palms are in front of the heart space and they are in front of the third eye chakra. So as you imagine your green heart space, this ball of light, which is very real, we just can't see it. So if you imagine it in your third eye, you will also be able to imagine the reasoning behind people's behaviors and demeanors. I am seeing people being heavily affected with something simple like walking into a coffee shop. Your aura is a 30-foot space all around you, starting from your center. I perceive the very center. Yes, it is very deep within, but if you're looking at the aura and where it all comes from and like the big bang of you, so to speak, I do believe it comes from the solar plexus, the fulcrum, or like in between the solar plexus and the heart. The solar plexus, I say this because while many people may feel from the heart and lead from the heart, if you do not have a solid sense of confidence in yourself, your heart wisdom can leak and go haywire. So while there are 2 chakras between the heart and the root and 2 chakras between the heart and the crown, I do feel as if the root chakra, spatially speaking, because the up top chakras are very, very close together, and the lower frequency chakras kind of spread out when you think of the third eye and the throat and the heart and how close they are physiologically on our bodies. Okay, so our hearts are touching and connecting with everyone we meet. And right now, those in the collective, draw your meditative attention to your third eye. That space in the forehead and at the back of your skull. Your third eye is also very directly near your third ear, if that makes sense. Your ear chakras are actually nowhere near your ears. Your ear chakras, from my learnings, are directly beside your third eye chakra. So that clairsentience, that it's clairvoyance and clairaudience. When those chakras are open and activated, you can see things for what they are. You can hear things for what they are. So if you overhear a conversation or are brought a lyric to mind even, those are your quote-unquote ear chakras at work. It sounds very elementary, but there you have it. So when people are around you, you feel them. When people speak, you hear them. Take a breath in with that truth and exhale any distrust in yourself. There is a reason for everything that happens in this world, and while we are human and cannot know it all, what we can know can be very true. Our perspective is our gift. It is to be cherished, built upon, and defended. That is the natural law that human beings have banished and then tried to rewrite of their own accord and create a new society. It doesn't work. This perspective that is precious, that needs to be, also cleansed and guarded. And that's the trick of it. We don't want to dirty ourselves by holding on to stagnant energy. Take a deep breath, my loves, and allow spirit and yourself to just exhale Anything stagnant, do you need to know what that is? No, not necessarily. Okay. Just release. So when it comes to this precious perspective, constant cleansing, guess what you do in one breath? A cleanse. So if you find yourself consciously aware that you need a breath, take 3. And this will allow you space to tap into your lower frequency chakras. I see it in behavior very often. When a person is caught up in their heart and they need to express, they get caught up in the higher frequency chakras. They live in their head in a way that needs to be validated, so they feel an urge or a need to click in an understanding with other people. That's their validation. And it can go further deeper into toxicity, where they try to manipulate other people into their way of thinking to feel validated. It is very important that this lesson get out. I am just channeling what needs to be channeled and working with the energies. And honestly, it is a meditative state. Meditation does not necessarily mean turning your brain off. It can also mean feeling relaxed and safe enough to allow your brain to work in your favor. For how else do we communicate with the ethereal except for the very thing that interprets our reality in this avatar of a body? 3 deep breaths, everybody. Let some truths sink in if you've had realizations. Let thoughts pass by. If you find yourself gravitating toward those superfluous, cluttery thoughts, it takes practice, dear ones, to keep your space clean and safe. There is no shame or blame in the game of life, especially as you begin to master and discern alchemaic flow. People's alchemy, your own alchemy. Only love is real and the creation of it. This body you are in is a creation of love from original source, if not, which is the original curse of many, from an expression of pure love. Too much sex is not a synchronicity to a spiritual union. That is the meaning of sex, the byproduct of it. Okay, here we go. Many people do not know that the female orgasm exists to actually help in the procreation process. Before, when we were more connected to this earth as a species, the female orgasm would actually stimulate ovulation. Archaeologically, our bones, our body, our remnants, that was the start of it. Right? Respect to the feminine forces will come as a byproduct of opening and allowing that root chakra, which let's get into here now. Take 3 deep breaths into the yellow fire of your solar plexus, just outside of your stomach, just hovering. 3 deep breaths in that yellow. Charging and cleansing with every breath. Do the same with orange to your sacral just below, known as the womb chakra. It will rest just below your navel, in that in between space, on your skin, before things get interesting again between belly button and new formations. And allow 3 breaths to sink down into where your thighs meet, where it gets interesting again on your body, however that happens for you. And after your 3rd breath in this red energy, in this root chakra, I want you to imagine red energy from this root chakra flowing down into your legs, bursting out of the bottom of your feet, and grips whatever ground it finds itself on. Very physical roots of red energy. Anytime you put on shoes, anytime you put on socks, anytime you step on carpet or grass or dirt or building material. How many levels away does an elevator take you from divine soil? How long does your root energy need to extend to feel that soil or even the bottom of the earth? Does it truly matter if you wear shoes or go up to the 100th floor? No. Your attention and your awareness into the soils and the core of the earth is how you can ground and root and flush yourself. I would dare say that is a primary function of the root chakra. You can flush faith, right? Flushing the worry of the unknown is a faith. People who flush worry, it's not just choosing trust, it's the ability to release. And that really does come primarily from the root chakra. The ability to receive comes primarily from the crown, close to our brain. The body near the root chakra has also been demonized, as has our ability to self-heal, self-cleanse, self-regulate. Take 6 deep breaths with the notion, dear collective, of claiming deep space, of keeping deep space, of maintaining and balancing deep space. Breathe into creating and projecting that same deep space you have just cleansed and cleared and charged to go into a formation for you to receive later in linear time lag through the reception, the perception of third eye. If you flush worry through the root, what you project through the root is then clean. Do you understand? Your root chakra can do both at once. you may clean, and you may project to receive. You exist as many forms at once, while yes, you are in this avatar of a body. If you feel like a dragon, you are a dragon. If you feel like a fairy, you are a fairy. If you feel like a cat, you are a cat. We are all one under Christ consciousness. There is no gender. There is no form. We are energy borrowing bodies and trading off forms like outfits. And lucky us, we get to wear an outfit and watch different versions of ourselves wear different outfits. Back to the beginning of this meditation, this meditative state of awareness, we are going back to the fact that we connect with people in our heart space anytime we are near them. It does happen when we think of them, but not to the degree of reality that we wish. It is 5D work. And if you want something to form in the 3D reality, sometimes you have to release a little bit of that 5D formation. You spend too much 3D time on it, if that makes sense, while in this avatar. We are going to leave this meditative space with the notion that yes, while we all interact and connect, while you walk into a room, you also have the capacity to turn off being affected by other people's energies. And how this happens is being so very aware of your own that if you feel an impact, you right yourself. Take 3 breaths. Imagine that feeling fluttering away. Send it off. And choose to be in divine flow of love. There will never, ever be anything bad to come off of a random act of kindness. To output more of what you want to see in the world, so that maybe next time you come around in another avatar, you are less affected by people's mainstream, nullifying, personal negativity. Take a few breaths and imagine your aura infused with a bright, direct, source white energy. The star stuff of life itself surrounds you, loves you, protects you. Now it cannot choose or discern for you. You can allow anything and anyone into your space. You can always make choices. You can always take breaths, cleanse, and reimagine your aura re-strengthened with bright white source light that come originally from the darkness. First, there was one, then there was the other. That is the note Spirit wishes to leave this meditation on at 25 minutes exactly as I open my eyes. I do hope that this meditation, this meditative space, this guidance of thought, we could also say, was useful to you, that you feel grounded, rooted. I know I do already. I do feel cleansed and charged, feel capable. So there it is, y'all. I leave you with such blessing. I love you for loving yourself. Take care. Rock on. You know where to find me.